SecondsOut, delighted to be joined by Commonwealth light heavyweight champion Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon, how you doing? You seem very relaxed.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Just finished training. Just finished good session in the gym. So chilling.
Give us an insight into how the last few months have been for you, because you had the fight set up with Anthony Yarde, probably the biggest fight in terms of profile of your career so far. Then it gets
Yeah,
postponed. Then it gets postponed again, and then there's the interim fight with no crowd. It's been a bit of a roller coaster.
it has. But like I was saying yesterday in another interview, this is boxing, and if this doesn't happen, if I don't fight Dec Spelman or somebody else, then I'm not gonna fight until October, and that's not 100%. I'll train like it is, but it's not, is it? We don't know if crowds are going to be allowed back in arenas yet. It's supposed to be at the O2, so we don't know. But again, like I said, if I don't fight sooner, when am I going to fight? And I'm a fighter by nature now, so it's something I want to do. I can't complain.
And the original plan was for all four fighters involved in the two top fights in October to have tune-up fights in the summer. So you, Yarde, Dubois and Joyce. But as it's turned out, Yarde's the only one of the quartet not able to take a fight in that period. How do you feel about that? Because you've got the advantage then of the activity, then he hasn't got to go through a test first.
I don't know. That's just his preference. Obviously, he don't feel like he wants to fight. I'm sure. There's no one that with the. Do you know what? I can't answer that. I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? He must feel okay. He mustn't want to fight. He mustn't need a fight. It's what he feels like. So I can't talk for him.
You also seem, out of the three of you that are taking these fights in the interim, you seem like you've got the toughest assignment, certainly on paper. Dec Spelman, former prize fighter finalist, former English champion. Good fighter. Were you kind of looking for a real big test before Yarde to sharpen you up?
You know what? It's not even that I was looking for a big test before Yarde. It was just, and I don't see it as a before Yarde test. Like this is a solid fight. Dec Spelman is a solid compare, and I don't see it as a warm-up fight like people are saying. But before the Yarde fight, he tweeted me saying I'll fight, because I put a post on Instagram saying just want a fight date. I think he went on Twitter as well, and he messaged me like I'll fight you. So it just seemed like the right fight to make, and it's not like I've not just gone looking for him. Like he asked for the fight. He's the only person that's asked me for the fight, like open air. So he's like, all right, sweet. Well, let's get it on then.
What do you make of Dec as a fighter, and how do you think your two styles will mesh together?
Solid fighter. Can take a good shot, fit, rough and ready. I don't believe he's been in with anyone like me yet. I don't believe he's been in with anyone that hits like me yet. But again, we'll see on the 31st. It's not long now, so.
He's never been stopped before. Is that a target for you, or are you just happy to get the win however it comes?
Now, look, I want to know. I should knock him out. I believe. But I get, as long as I get a W, then I'll be happy.
How much have you been able to train during the lockdown period? Obviously, you train up in Manchester, at Barrett. You've been able to get in the gym much? Certainly in the last couple of weeks, no restrictions have eased. But before that, were you able to do much?
Yeah, we had the gym key, so we was going in there on our own anyway, and just doing our own little bits and taking over, and was always running and stuff. So just done what I can. As far as lockdown.
Does it help having Zelfa Barrett having a fight around a similar time as you, that you're both in the gym, both preparing for big fights around the same period?
Yeah, man. Always good to have Zelfa in the gym. Zelfa's always in the gym anyhow, but it's always good to have him in camp in the gym. And we're going through the same sorts of training. Zelfa's always been my training partner from amateurs to pro. So, we always push each other, and we're always doing that. So to have him in the gym when we're both getting ready for fights, can only be an advantage.
How did your training change while lockdown was on? Like you said, you still had the gym key. So was it business as usual, or was it until you had a date did you just tick over?
No, business as usual. We were still doing sprints and whatnot, and we're still doing circuits in the gym, to what we know. But it probably at a tick over pace. You can't always work 100 miles an hour. You have to work smart. So
You're usually in exciting fights. You provoke a big reaction from the crowd. So how do you feel about getting in there at BT Studios with no fans present?
again, it is what it is. If I don't, I'm excited because it's something new. It will feel like a gym fight,
Yeah.
you know, or a very intense spar where one man might be trying to will be trying to knock me out, and vice versa. So obviously the crowd, obviously fighting in front of the crowd and in front of thousands of fans is what we as fighters train so hard for, but we have to deal with the circumstances that we've been given. So I'm looking forward to it.
With the Yard fight penciled in for October, is this a case where you have to put him completely to the back of your mind, at least until after the Spelman fight?
Of course, because if I don't beat Spelman, then there's no Yard fight. I'm not yet anyway. So it is something that I have had to dismiss until further notice.
Spelman, is he, on paper at least, the best opponent of your career so far, do you think?
Personally, I think Emmanuel and him is better. He's not with him. I did underestimate him, and he's a lot better than I thought he was. Even regardless of me being injured in the fight, he actually come to the. I've actually sparred him after the fight, and he's actually like a smart. He's not just like you think he's just a smart like a daft come forward fighter, but he's not. It's not the way he is. He's smart. He does things for reasons, and he thinks in the ring a lot. So he is. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. Maybe that's just me looking at Dec Spelman and thinking that I will not underestimate him, but I will not make that same mistake. But at the time now, obviously, until I fight Dec Spelman, then I believe that Emmanuel was better.
So was it your idea to bring him over for sparring after you fought him?
No, I just stayed over for a couple of days, like a few weeks and stuff. Yeah.
So you sparred him just after the fight, basically?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How many rounds did you do?
I think we did about, all in all, probably about 12 to 18 rounds, maybe.
You basically had 2 championship fights with the same guy in the space of a week.
Yeah.
Did you feel you were doing better in the spar afterwards, having got to know him a bit better, shared the ring with him already?
Yeah, I do. But again, that's just me being able to adapt to a fighter when you've been in there with someone, you learn about them and you learn the mistakes and extra. But he is a very solid fighter. Emmanuel and him very massive as well.
You mentioned the injury from the fight as well. Has that given you any problems since, or is it all well now?
Yeah, it's back healed now. I had an operation, so it's been on the mend ever since.
And while lockdown's been going on and everything, obviously you've been training regularly. How else have you managed to keep yourself sane while all the shops have been shut, restaurants have been shut? What have you been doing?
Yes, it's just like being in camp life. It's what every day. Because when you're in camp training for a fight, I don't leave my house anyway. It's gym, it's bed, it's gym, it's bed, it's running, it's bed, it's bath, gym, bed. It's just the same. I get my food, bring it to me anyway. So through meal prep, so this is just, I guess it's just been like an extended version of that.
Just before we let you go, anyone out there who might be on the fence about watching the show in July, just tell us why they should tune in to watch you in action against Dec Spelman.
Because it's going to be an exciting fight, and I just think, don't blink, somebody could go to sleep.
That works for me. Good stuff, mate. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon in person rather than just over the video stream. But
Yeah,
looking forward to the fight, and yeah, great stuff.
yeah, man. Have a good week, mate.
And you
Thank you.
take care.